Alright. So, the next thing I'm going to tell you guys is something that's very touchy to me, and I don't really like discussing it, but it goes in with the story. Alright, so whenever I was in juvenile, I was around 15, 16 and shit, and I'm not gonna say why I was in there, but we were all in there, and then the topic of like witchcraft, Wiccan, selling your soul type shit had came up, and so we were all talking about that night, and then I remember getting on my knees, and I know it sounds so fucking stupid, and I wish I could go back before I made this pact, but I can't. But I remember getting on my knees and praying to the devil, and pretty much saying, like, you know, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, and I just asked for certain things, and you know, made a pact with whatever I was speaking to. And then I remember falling asleep that night and having my back up against the wall, and then I was watching myself sleep. It was like another out-of-body experience, and while I was watching myself sleep, there was a hole that had formed in the wall, and there was this, what I would say is a witch, and this is before I knew it was a banshee, but it had formed in the wall and everything, and then it zoomed up on this person's face, and I remember zooming in, and then I heard a loud ass screech, and then with 3 fingers I got stabbed in the side, and I felt the pain, and I don't have seizures or anything, but my whole body started to shake, and then for like a week, 2 weeks after that, I had recurring nightmares, and in the nightmares I was trying to tell people what I had done, but I couldn't get any words out. I couldn't get anything out, and like I every single time I would try to get something out, like I would wake up having seizures again and everything, and like I would, in my dreams, I would like try to walk around and try to tell people, and I couldn't get nothing out. And from that day on, like making that pact and everything, you feel powerful, you feel, you know, like just better, you feel promising, you feel everything, and that's something that I wish I could take back that I never did, but it happened, and I've told people for a long time I used to like worship that shit. I used to talk to things. I used to talk to, I don't know, it's just a really touchy subject that I don't like discussing, but you know, like I've never been the same since I made the pact. And I tell people it's not something you want to get into, and I've had other people sit down and they hear my stories and stuff, and they want to do it, and I always tell them, like, you don't know what you're getting into, don't play with it if you don't know what the fuck you're getting into, because once you make that pact, then there is no going back from it. And but that's like a little side thing that I needed to tell you guys, that goes on with the story. But yeah, I sat there and I made the pact, and ever since that day I've not been the same since making that pact and making that prayer to whatever I was talking to that night. So